Hello fellow educators and welcome back to the channel. We all know how popular teaching online is becoming, but I keep hearing the same complaint from teachers and students over and over again. It's boring. Well, not anymore after you have tried these 5 super fun activities you can do online. Before we dive in, I just want to say that in my online classes, I hardly ever do virtual activities and try to implement physical activities as much as possible. This helps me keep students engaged, having fun, and makes them feel like they're in a real classroom. That being said, let's start with numero uno. So our first game is called air writing, and it's a fantastic way to practice spelling and vocabulary while getting your students physically involved. Here's how it works. You give your students a word or a sentence which you can send to the private chat box so that no one else can see it. Then they have to write in the air using their fingers or hand movements. The first person to guess the word or sentence gets a point. Of course, you can do this in teams and assign a point to the whole team when one of the members guesses the word. Remember to write down their team names and scores just like you would do in a real class. This is a simple yet effective game that adds a kinesthetic element to learning. Use it as a review, warm-up, or for practicing vocabulary during your lesson. Moving on to our second game, we have Find Me Something That. This game encourages students to think on their feet, literally, and practice vocabulary. Start by giving your students a category, such as things you find in a kitchen, or things that you can only use once. Then have them stand up and find an object around the house that fits that category. Just make sure they come back. Students take turns showing the object to the class and explaining why it fits that category. It's a fantastic game to spark conversation, boost vocabulary, and get them moving. Our third game is an exciting one called speed dating. Don't worry, it's not about romance. This game focuses on improving speaking and fluency. Split your students into pairs and assign them roles. One is the interviewer, one is the interviewee. Set a timer for a specific duration, say 2 minutes. Put them into breakout rooms and have the students ask each other questions within that time frame. When the timer goes off, they switch roles and you move them to a different room. This is a fast-paced game that encourages students to think quickly, practice their conversational skills, and get to know their fellow classmates a little bit better. Now let's talk about teacher role plays, TPR games. These games give your students a chance to be the teacher and practice their English in a fun and engaging way. You can assign different scenarios to each student, such as teaching a grammar lesson, explaining a concept, or even leading a class discussion. Not only does it boost their confidence, but it also enhances their understanding of the language. So don't hesitate to let your students take the reins and become the teacher. And last but not least, we have the mystery box game. This game sparks curiosity and encourages students to use their descriptive skills. Ask students to prepare various objects. Then each of them have to take turns describing them without showing it to the other students. The students then take turns asking yes or no questions to guess the object. For example, is it used in a classroom? Does it cost more than or less than? And so on. It's a fantastic game to improve vocabulary, critical thinking, and deductive reasoning. Get ready for some exciting discoveries. And there you have it, 5 engaging and interactive ESL activities you can incorporate into your online classes. These games are not only educational, but also create positive and enjoyable learning environments. Give them a try and watch your students' language skills flourish. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give us a virtual thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting ESL content. Until next time, keep learning, teaching, and having fun.